So now we know, unsurprisingly, that Qimir is a Sith. It's time to examine his role in all of this. And the best way to start is with his fighting style, because a lot is revealed here. So, according to Yord, rest in peace, he described Qimir as someone who doesn't follow the rules of combat, and there's no method to his movement, and it doesn't make sense. If you watch how Qimir fights with Yord's description in mind, you will notice the lightsaber form 7, Juyo, is being heavily used, which is described as a warrior who disregards traditional rules and fights with chaotic, unpredictable movements, which the Jedi saw firsthand, and they got finessed. Also, practitioners of Juyo are often described as unpredictable and chaotic in combat, using their emotions and unorthodox maneuvers to gain the upper hand. It's a form that embraces the darker aspects of the Force and is associated closely with the Sith philosophy. Sounds familiar, right? Which makes sense because Qimir is familiar with the Sith code. Now, who else is known to fight with the same fighting style? Yep, you guessed it, Darth Sidious. Although he had some elements of Form 4 Arturo, which leads him to have swift and agile movements which can be evasive, predominantly his fighting style is Juyo. Now we aren't saying Qimir can come close to Sidious because they simply are nothing alike in terms of their character and how powerful they are. But that is not saying that they can have the same fighting style. But where did Qimir learn this style of fighting? Because the Jedi don't recognize him, and he seems to want an acolyte of his own, and for himself to be the master. Well then, let's think about this. If we consider the canon timeline, Darth Plagueis is very much alive during this period of time. I believe that Qimir is the first apprentice of Darth Plagueis. If we contrast the fighting style of Qimir to Sidious, which is the same, they must have both had the same teacher. And just in case you believe this is far-fetched, another reason to support this is I believe there is no way for Qimir to have an extensive knowledge of the mineral cortosis, which can be used to resist lightsabers. Given Plagueis' extensive knowledge of the Force, Sith lore, and his pursuits in alchemy and Sith artifacts, he would be well aware of cortosis and its unique properties, and pass this knowledge on to Qimir. It's clear that Plagueis' vision for an apprentice didn't meet expectations with Qimir, so he got discarded and Qimir went on his own path on becoming a Sith, with an apprentice, trying to imitate his former master Plagueis. So I believe Plagueis will tie loose ends and Qimir will face his demise. How? Let me explain the ways of the Sith in an example from the Clone Wars, and you'll see what I mean. If we contrast what Sidious did to Maul when Maul tried to gain power and adopt an apprentice, Sidious asserted dominance, reminding him of the rule of two. Similarly, I do believe Plagueis will do the same for his former apprentice. I believe Qimir will die at the hands of Plagueis. May will kill Saul so that any and all breadcrumbs of the Jedi Council finding out about the Sith presence will be extinguished, and Plagueis, after the death of his former apprentice, will take up Sidious, who we know to have significantly more potential than the Sith warrior Qimir. Let me know what you think will happen to Qimir. Is there any link to Darth Plagueis? Is there any significance to Qimir? Are we hoping for too much? Don't forget to subscribe, as I will be creating a fan fiction surrounding the Acolyte Sidious, which will be up on my channel by the end of the week. Also, please check my other 2 what ifs about the great Darth Malgus and what if he took over during the time of the prequels. Hope you all have a good day.